2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Raptors in Toronto. For the Raptors, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. Well, tonight we get to see one of the top point guards in the league, and Kyle Lowry. You know all about his ability to shoot and come up with big plays, but he also has a great basketball IQ, studies the game as much as anybody does.
Oh, he's a student of the game. He watches film, from what I hear, religiously all the time, trying to exploit the weaknesses of his opposition. He's fantastic with his court awareness. I love Kyle Lowry.
Do you watch a lot of film, Shaq?
I don't watch a lot of film, but I watch this guy. He's the second coming of Chris Paul.
Really?
He's developed into a leader and a coach on the floor.
Wow, that is very, very strong.
Yes.
From you, Shaq.
Best leader in basketball.
Kenny,
a friend
do you
of
watch
mine
a lot
always
of
says
films?
that.
I did watch a lot of film. You know,
These days, do you watch many films?
Yeah, I watch. I just saw a couple movies by Denzel Washington, a couple movies by. I watch a lot of film.
I only got one film I watch, Ernie.
What's that?
Your highlight reel.
I Am Kazam.
We'll see you later.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
The Raptors look to take charge at the Air Canada Centre here in downtown Toronto. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Looking at Toronto, they took the win in their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And sometimes in that hostile environment, it is hard to stay true to who you are. But give them credit, they did, especially on offense.
Well, they came in with a strong game plan, made adjustments when they needed to, and kept the crowd out of their heads.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, when DeMar DeRozan hit free agency in the summer of 2016, not only did he not meet with any other team than the Raptors, he didn't want to meet with any other team. He said, I am Toronto. Outside of where I'm from, I represent this city harder than anybody. Toronto is all I've known. I came in at 19, and I've treated it like home ever since then. Kevin?
And DeRozan is so important to this Raptors team, DA. I'm sure they're glad he's sticking around for the long haul. And these are both veteran teams, Steve. They've been around. A game like this is a test of wits as much as anything.
They understand what it takes to win. They understand how to will themselves into wins. They understand you can't make mistakes mentally. Veterans, they know how to pull it out. They want to keep it close, and they feel they can win at the end.
Here we go.
Tip-off goes to Charlotte. So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Walker and Batum teaming up in the backcourt. MKG and Williams are the forwards. And it's Howard in at the pivot, manning the middle. Now, here's Howard. Outside, Walker. 6 to shoot. Howard with a screen on Lowry. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got the opening field goal of the game for the Hornets.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in the groove, but communication on your defense has to be better. Carving out just enough space for mid-range. Good look.
He dishes it to Kid Gilchrist. Howard with a screen on Myleauge. Outside, Williams kicks it to Walker. Batum passes to Howard. Over Valanciunas. A nice shot by Howard. Howard's got his first basket of the night.
And a really nice job by Howard to come up with a high percentage interior shot. His shot selection has been superb.
And that one's good by Bosch. Now here's Walker. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against San Antonio.
And when you factor in the assist totals, that's a complete game.
Now here's Walker. Feeds it to Kid Gilchrist. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Fantastic rim protection. That's not in his wheelhouse to overcome.
Lowry with the ball. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Atlanta. Count the basket.
Look at the focus in DeRozan's eyes on that shot. A guy right in his face, but he had no problem finishing it.
Howard setting the pick for Walker. Offensive rebound. Charlotte moving it around. Batum against Myles. Batum dishes to Walker. To the middle. He's looking for Howard and finds him. Over Valanciunas. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Batum against DeRozan. He feeds it to Lowry. And there's the pass to Valanciunas. Bosch, a screen on Walker. Lowry from outside. Doesn't go that time. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, in a game where offensively they were about as inconsistent as you're ever going to see them.
Definitely an outlier game for them. They are usually much more in control of themselves compared to that match. For a long time, it seemed like the league slept on Kyle Lowry. He wasn't an every-night starter until his 8th season in the league. I think he still brings that underdog mentality every night.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And he has grooved his stroke at the line this season and been able to maintain it with an average of 90%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Lowry.
In a league full of talented point guards, sometimes Lowry's efforts, they get overlooked, but he's a game changer.
And so Lowry nails both of them.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Walker kicks to Batum. To the paint. They need this one. And it's Williams laying it in.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Outside Lowry. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, up and in on the layup.
You know, that's another good play call. They are shooting 80% to start this game.
Walker the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Off target at the rim.
I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out.
And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Three-pointer. That's tipped. Here's Batum. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And Walker kicks to Williams. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Williams has got his second basket.
I'll tell you, there's no quitting him when it comes to the offensive glass.
On the wing, DeRozan. Valanciunas dishes to DeRozan. Bucket is good.
Defensively, you hate to see DeRozan in the painted area. Shoots a high percentage from that area.
And Walker kicks to Williams. Screen by Howard. Here's the screen. Passes to Batum. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
And that one falls for Batum. And the Raptors, unique in the NBA, they have a whole nation behind them.
And basketball continues to gain in popularity, especially with the younger generation in Canada. The Raptors are coming to relevance at the perfect time, and the rabid fan base energized by how competitive this group's been the last couple seasons.
And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of. And he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
Here's Walker after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Screen by Howard. Lobbed up there for Howard. And it's Myles with the rebound.
And a little frustration now, missing on the catch and flush.
You know, because it's all about timing, just unable to connect. One of those plays you really want back.
Now, here's DeRozan. 6 points for him. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Myles against Kidd-Gilchrist. Right side, Williams. Walker the pass to Williams. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Here we get a moment to view the league's highest scoring teams. Fifth, the Raptors.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for Chris Bosh. Now here's DeRozan. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. It's rebounded by Charlotte. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Looking forward to seeing these two franchises square off in what should be a thrilling first game.
Now here's Walker following the miss by DeRozan. Walker dishes to Howard. Batum for three. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Batum's got 5 points so far.
And Howard isn't just a banger down low. He also possesses outstanding vision to zip the ball over to the open man.
Now here is Ibaka. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
And his defense was absolutely outstanding, especially his 2 blocks, which helped turn the game.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Screen by Howard. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Outside for Lowry. Nice shot from the wing. Lowry's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Great heads-up look there from DeRozan to get his teammate an easy basket.
It's Kidd-Gilchrist on the wing. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall. And when you look at Kidd-Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete. And he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
Charlotte making a switch here. Cody Zeller's checked in for Howard. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. Lamb, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Carter Williams in for Kemba Walker. Free throw drops for Kid Gilchrist. And you look at the size and game of Kid Gilchrist, he is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that three spot. But Greggy makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall three that can stretch the floor. Kid Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
And so here's Charlotte. Raptors knocking down the tray. Over in the corner, Lamb. Pass to Zeller. The feed now to Carter Williams. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. And Zeller kicks to Carter Williams. Just 3 to shoot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
All right, a chance to see stats for Lamb. He's been a factor for them over the last month. He's averaging 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
Here's Van Vliet. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Pirtle. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist.
Ooh, you know that's one he likes to have that. Point blank range, and he missed it.
Dishes it to Carter Williams. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Toronto leading by 3. There's the pick. Off the screen. Rebounded by Kaminsky.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
That's how it's drawn up. That is, everything but the finish.
Now here's Kaminsky. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. Lamb. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Steve, it seems like the league is going more up-tempo, more offense, better flow. What makes the biggest difference to a team, in your opinion, as far as unlocking a great scoring potential?
I think when you have guys that can go up and down, and you have 5 guys that understands the game, high basketball IQ, versatility. Let's take the Golden State Warriors. Let's take the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have 4 or 5 different guys that can lead them in scoring, lead them in assists, and lead them in rebounding. That makes the game fun to watch.
Best teams are always like that, though, aren't they? Got a lot of different ways to hit you.
Yes, and versatility. They can play small, they can play big, they can slow down, they can win on the defensive end, or they can win on the offensive end.
So both teams making some changes here. No good on the second free throw. For so long, the Hornets have been one of the most disciplined teams, Greg, in the NBA.
You look at how this team takes care of the ball, and from the first guy to the last, it says something about how much pride they take in that. Minimizing turnovers goes a long way in terms of winning games. It's been a part of the basketball culture with the Hornets for quite some time.
Now here's Lamb. Last game he had 12. There's a good screen. Monk, no one around him, and the go-ahead bucket, no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
Super focused. Pirtle taking the hit well and cashing in on a quality and one opportunity. Well, his sophomore season at Utah, Jakob Pirtle led the Pac-12 in field goal percentage at over 68%. Once he developed his left hand, defenders couldn't do anything to stop him.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Pirtle. And Steve, Pirtle was a dominant low-post scorer in college. Can he replicate that, you think, in the NBA?
You know, I think it's going to be hard. Post offense is losing favor in this NBA. You love a big man with soft hands and the ability to finish around the basket, but he has to develop some kind of jump shot.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
I love it. Really, both teams running plays that fit the personnel, going back and forth.
So it's Toronto now. After the basket by Charlotte. Powell, the pass to Ibaka. He kicks to Powell. Pass to Van Vliet. A floater. And no good that time. And Charlotte will come the other way. And here is Monk. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. They set the pick. Kaminsky kicks to Monk. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Now here's Powell. 17 points for him last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And he did great work on the defensive end, too, with 3 steals on the night.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Monk kicks to Zeller. Count that bucket. Zeller's got his second bucket tonight.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Powell for 3. But he stays with it. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Raptors out in front, up by 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Serge Ibaka, known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you. Every time he passes the ball, when you don't shoot, he's screaming you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, when Serge is open, give him the ball. He will make that shot.
If you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is.
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And, guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Take care of the basketball, being disruptive on D. That combination has them out in front.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Down low, it's Kaminsky and Zeller. Jeremy Lamb out there with Monk, and it's Bacon in at the 3. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post. I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. Raptors leading by 3. In the corner, Powell with it. Now the dish to Lowry. Pocket 6. There's the screen. Powell with the screen. Lets it go with the 3. And the Raptors miss again.
Not a big threat from out there. You see why the defense backed off a little.
Monk dishes to Zeller. Now Monk. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Can't hit from the elbow. Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Lamb. Powell, that's good. Powell's got the lead up to 5 now for the Raptors.
What a look from Lowry. Just knew he would be open.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Zeller, a screen on Lowry. Pick by Zeller. Here's Lamb. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen, and went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
Outside Lowry. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And there's the pass to Siakam. Here's Anunoby. To the inside.
And Lowry has no problem setting up teammates. He strikes a good balance between passing and scoring.
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment.
Dwayne Casey, he's in his 7th season as a head coach of the Raptors. He's developed a great continuity and a comfort level with his players. See, that's a solid effort on the defensive glass. You need guys who are willing to work, willing to get their hands dirty inside.
Now, here's Lowry. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Birtle, the pass to Anunoby. Outside Lowry. Shoots the 3. The offensive rebound. And he gets the bucket. 7 points for Jakob Birtle.
Got to be on the lookout for Pirtle crashing the glass, using his body to wreck the defense on the boards.
Zeller, a screen on Lowry. Now here's Lamb. Lowry covering. Zeller, a screen on Lowry. Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut back down to 5 as they get the points there from Jeremy Lamb. Now here's Powell. Defense is right there. With the teardrop. The shot by Lowry, no good. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Monk. Pass to Bacon. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and back court for the Raptors.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team, just as you might expect. The bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Nogueira comes in for Jakob Birtle, and it's C.J. Miles in for Anunoby. There's a good screen. Pass to Siakam. And in the early part of the season, Steve, talk about establishing chemistry as a team.
Well, a lot of times there's new players, new faces, so you want to get a chance to play with those guys in an NBA game. Practice, preseason, it's just not the same. But having that chemistry and early getting that chemistry going, you are chomping at the bit to get the season started. And usually game 1 is when it starts.
You may have the same roster, but it's always a different team, correct in that assessment?
Shooting 2. Yep, kind of like the first day of school.
First free throw is good. And a $30 million, 65,000 square foot practice facility for the Raptors opening back in 2016. Smitty, have you had a chance to check it out yet?
Yeah, I have not, but I've got a chance to see pictures. And as much as the players benefit, another key feature is the interactive operations room for management. A wall and conference table made up of giant touchscreens. Wow, allowing them to pull up numbers and stats. It's like something out of a movie.
Now here's Batum. He's got 5. It's stolen by DeRozan. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
The perfect set of skills to flourish in transition. DeRozan's got it all.
Screen by Howard. And Walker kicks to Batum. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. 8 points for Nicholas Batum.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
DeRozan dishes to Nogueira. And the dunk by Nogueira.
And DeRozan not known for his passing, but it's something that he has steadily improved on.
Hornets trail by 8. Kicks to O'Brien. Howard with a screen on DeRozan. Screen by Howard. Batum attacking. He used that pick to get in close. Batum's got 10 points.
Howard can rattle your feelings when he sets a screen on you.
Outside Lowry. Out to DeRozan. Shoots over Batum. No good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Raptors leading by 6. Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. DeRozan gets the bucket.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Walker the pass to Howard. Walker against Lowry. Batum a screen on DeRozan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Walker. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Nogueira. And Chris Bosh is subbed in for Pascal Siakam. And last season, Greg, one big issue for the Hornets was their bench.
And Charlotte tried their best to address that issue this past offseason. It just goes to show that you need to have a complete roster to compete. A lot of games were given away by the Hornets last year by losing ground when the starters left the court.
Walker with it. He's got 5. There's a screen by Williams. Batum wide open. He fires. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Batum's got 8 here in the quarter.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Now here's DeRozan. 14 points for him. Takes the 13-footer outside for Lowry. Drains the 19-footer. Lowry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
And Walker kicks to Batum. Outside Williams. Misses the 3. Raptors leading by 6. DeRozan with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Batum against DeRozan. Shoots over Batum. They get it again. Bosh. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Steve, as a player, do analytics give you a path to say, you know, I should change and lean more toward this, or I should stop doing that because I'm better at this? Does that ever enter a player's mind, you think?
And Kevin, I think guys should look at these numbers.
Gentlemen,
when you're saying from this spot you're shooting 20%, stop shooting from that spot. And from this shot you're shooting 80%, you might want to get to that spot. So, and I think that in those cases, yes, analytics work. And when you're shooting a 3 and you're shooting about 30%, you need to step in.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good.
You know, the Raptors have the advantage of continuity. There's a trust and an understanding they share helps them win a lot of games.
Now here's Walker. 5 points in the game. Howard setting the pick for Batum. Down low. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And when you talk about the continuity and maturity of this Raptors team, is there a flip side to that, Steve? Does that limit their upside?
Well, Kevin, it's interesting. This front office has brought in some nice young pieces. I wouldn't write off their upside. They can improve if those younger guys make some strides.
That's good from Howard.
You heard a lot of legends saying Dwight Howard should dominate in the post. I think he still can on the defensive end, not so much on the offensive end.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. You know, Steve, even at his peak, Dwight Howard probably dominated more with force than with finesse, perhaps.
You're so correct. He dominated with defense, rebounding, and finishing with power. That was enough to make him a superstar. He's never been the most skilled offensively. He hasn't needed to be.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The Hornets have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. Throw good, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Toronto leading by 3. Here's Lowry. 8 points for him. Here's DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Charlotte's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Williams, that's good. Williams has got 6 points.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. They set the screen. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And a wide open look for Walker. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Raptors shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Lowry against Walker. Lowry dishes to DeRozan. It's Myles on the wing. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Wow. With the defense bearing down on him, he calmly flips in the reverse.
Well over a decade in the NBA for C.J. Myles, taken straight out of high school by the Jazz back in 2005.
And he's just now entering his 30s. A good floor spacer and solid defender at the 2 or 3 spot.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Raptors.
One shot.
Hornets trail by 6. Williams, a screen on DeRozan. And Batum kicks to Williams. Again, Williams missing. Toronto shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Lowry up top, guarded by Walker. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Here's Walker. He's got 5. Howard dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Screened by Howard. Walker against Lowry. Just 4 to shoot. Walker in the post. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Walker's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Raptors leading by 6. Outside Lowry. DeRozan with a screen for Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. And stolen by Williams. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Ibaka with a screen on Walker. And Kyle Lowry, good for 3. Lowry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that was from way downtown. Lowry truly is a gifted shooter from distance.
Screen by Howard. Here's Walker, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Outside for Batum. And there's the call on Howard. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. Miles. The Hornets also changing it up. Cody Zeller's checked in for Howard. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Williams. And it's Lamb in there for Nicholas Batum. Here's Valanciunas. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Valanciunas has got his 2nd bucket of the night. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Pick by Zeller. Feeds to Lamb. And Lamb slams it home.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
Free throw drops for Lamb. Here's DeRozan. He's got 16. With 4 seconds on the clock. And finished off by DeRozan.
DeRozan has such good body control that it's very difficult to disrupt his shot with contact.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Steve Clifford. Steve, what's the focus going into the 2nd half?
The big thing is they've got so much offense, and they have so many guys who come in and score. You got to play every possession defensively, and it's got to be every single possession.
Coach, thanks very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 2nd half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. DeMar DeRozan putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
What stood out to me more than anything else was how hard they got after it on the offensive glass. They were keeping possessions alive and converting those rebounds into points. Take away those extra points, they're not in this position, Ernie.
Looking at Charlotte, Kenny, your thoughts?
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling. Like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stat.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the 2nd half.
The 2nd half just about to get going here. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could, and boy, was he throwing it down hard.
I'm sure the D will improve from this point on, and because of that, he needs to up the ante in his attacks to the rim, too.
Toronto leading by 8. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Chris Bosh, and it's Myles in at the small forward position. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Well, the Hornets shooting an efficient 53% from the field. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, "We couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles." Kyle Lowry told me, "We're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be." Kevin?
DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. When you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge. With the tip, great positioning on the putback. That's now 8 points for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Now, here's Valanciunas. Outside Bosh. Valanciunas with a screen on Williams. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. And the three ball is good. Lowry's got 14 points. Right wing. And Walker kicks to Howard. Walker against Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Walker the pass to Howard. Goes up to the stripe. That one off the back iron and out. Raptors leading by 6. Rosen dishes to Lowry. Screened by Valanciunas. Valanciunas, and staying with the play, Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his third basket of the night.
The persistence of Valanciunas paying off in a big way on the glass. He is just a tremendously hard worker.
Up top, Kidd-Gilchrist, picked by Williams. Here's Howard, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. First one falls for him. You know, Smitty, you had a long career. What was it, 14, 15 seasons you played for the Spurs, who've led the way on resting players and certainly extending their careers.
Yeah, it is, Kevin, but it's hard for me because I look at it as from a fan standpoint. When I played and now, you know, you have that kid and his dad coming to the game, and he doesn't get a chance to see that star player. And a lot of times there's 2 or 3 guys that sit out. I understand the rest is needed because it's a long term, but I wish guys could find a way, and coaching staff and organization, maybe have rest days as far as practice, but let the guys play because kids want to see their stars play.
Right, but in the middle of your career, are you thinking, hey, I want to play long term so this rest is good? Or are you saying, forget the rest, I want to play?
I just want to play. I mean, I think one thing is I never thought about long term. I just wanted to play the game that was in front of me, the practice that was in front of me, the preseason game that was in front of me. You just wanted to play.
Batum for 3, and once again off the mark by Charlotte.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And Myles kicks to Lowry. He dishes it to Bosh. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Hornets trail by 6. Walker the pass to Howard. And Kidd-Gilchrist kicks to Williams. And it's sent back by Bosh. Myles with it. Picked up by Kidd-Gilchrist. And Myles kicks to DeRozan. Shoots over Walker. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Batum's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Howard setting the pick for Batum. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Williams for three. Add another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Lowry a screen on Williams. The feed now to Lowry. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's DeRozan, and the dunk by DeRozan.
That's what I like to see from DeMar DeRozan. He isn't settling for a jumper. He is going to the rim today.
Screen by Howard. And it's Walker penetrating. He got right to the cup using that screen. Walker's got 12.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's DeRozan. He's got 20. To the wing right side. Outside Lowry. Wants to get it to DeRozan and does. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Keep your head on a swivel with DeRozan on the floor. He'll finish way up top with an alley-oop.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Lowry against Walker. He feeds it to Batum. Offensive rebound. Dishes it to Williams. And Walker kicks to Williams. Outside, Walker. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. Williams with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan. Second shot opportunity. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Toronto called for the foul. And Marvin Williams for a long while had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
And he knocks down the first one. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Toronto. Pascal Siakam comes in for Chris Bosh. And he makes both free throws. Toronto leading by 3. Now Lowry, 14 points for him. Stolen by Walker. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Batum. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Batum. Walker the pass to Batum. Clock at 6. Howard in the post. It's tipped.
Gotta love the shot blocking ability of Poeltl. Wonderful timing right there.
Left side Lowry. Here's Siakam. He's guarded by Williams. From 15 feet away, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Hornets trail by 3. Outside, Walker. Williams sets a screen for Walker. To the paint, deflects the pass. Poeltl with the steal. DeRozan in the corner. Back to Lowry. He kicks it to DeRozan. Over Batum. And again, no good by Toronto.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Screen by Howard. Now here's Walker. 12 points for him. Howard with a screen on Lowry. And here's Walker outside. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. The dish now to Lowry. The pass to Siakam. And it's Pirtle at the elbow. Outside DeRozan. And there it is for him. DeRozan's got 6 points in the quarter.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
Yeah, because he's been killing them all night. They are struggling to find an answer.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Raptors. Norman Powell comes in for DeMar DeRozan. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Howard. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. Monk's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Nicholas Batum.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw drops for Lamb.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Lowry kicks to Siakam. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Toronto. So far, they've got the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, Charlotte, 4 games back.
And I think for Charlotte, they've fallen all too quickly down to that spot at the bottom of the standings. If any team needed a bright start, it was them.
Yep, they're already been written off by a lot of people this season. I'm not ready to give up on them quite yet, but they better show me something soon.
Now, here's Monk. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. That's tipped. Fast break Toronto. Here's Lowry. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That's how you run the fast break. Lowry is a total pro when it comes to leading it.
Walker with it. 12 points for him. Here's Kaminsky. Zeller setting the pick for Kaminsky. Walker dishes to Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
It looked like a total breakdown to me there. He exploited that hole perfectly and made them pay.
Passes it to Siakam. Screen by Ibaka. Fires from deep. The shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Monk, the pass to Walker. Pick by Zeller. Pass to Monk. Kicks to Zeller. For the tie. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Now we take a look here at the shot chart for the Raptors.
And this is the kind of performance that everyone talks about seeing in person. The way he's attacked the defense with no hesitation. The tough shots he's taken and made, just a masterpiece. When he gets it going, he can put up some big numbers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. That one drops. He ties it up. The Raptors have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Here's Lowry, and another basket for Toronto.
It seems like almost every shot Lowry takes is contested, but he doesn't let it bother him.
Pick by Zeller. And Lamb kicks to Walker. Lamb dishes to Walker. Feeds it to Lamb. 6 to shoot. And Lamb slams it home.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here's Powell. He has 5. Lowry can't get it to go. Lamb with the ball. Powell's there. And finished off by Kaminsky.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. The feed to Pirtle. Outside for Lowry. Now here's Pirtle. He's covered by Zeller from the arc. Lowry can't get that one to fall. Hornets have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Walker against Ibaka. And Walker kicks to Lamb. From outside off the mark. Toronto trailing. Now the Raptors moving it up. Powell for 3. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's Walker. 12 points for him. There's the lob to the hoop.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. There's 47 seconds left to play in the third. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
The shot by Lowry, no good.
You know, with that much room, you don't lay it up. You throw it down like you've been disrespected.
Zeller, a screen on Lowry. Here's Walker. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Now Lowry. He's got 18. Ibaka outside. Outside Lowry. Looking to end the drought. Can't hit that one. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Hornets lead by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
Voila. 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 Yeah. Voila.
Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
But it's about defense down here. No second time. Rebound, we go. All right? But make sure, make a miss, get back. Here we go.
To make more plays, be fast end-to-end, Dwayne Casey injecting energy into his team.
Yeah, and when they're in attack mode, sometimes it can lead to turnovers, but it can also lead to a nice run here.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Down low, it's Kaminsky and Zeller. Jeremy Lamb out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Monk in at the 3 spot. Now here is Lowry. Bosch sets the pick for Lowry. Powell kicks to Bosch. And Chris Bosch with the slam.
And being that Bosch is 6'11", dunking comes easy. And once he's this close to the basket, he's ready to attack.
Here's Walker. He dishes it to Zeller. He feeds it to Monk. Back to Zeller. On the wing, Lamb. 4 on the clock. He was all alone on that one. Lamb's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hornets.
He has great instincts on the offensive end. He's tough to contain.
Bosch, the screen. 3-pointer, Lowry. Rebounded by Kaminsky.
In this second half, the defense have been baiting him to shoot the 3, and we're seeing why.
Now here's Walker. Dishes it to Monk. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
I'll tell you what, his shot's off, but the rest of the team is on. That's why they're still winning.
Hornets leading by 7. Walker with it. Picked by Zeller. Walker goes in. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Lowry kicks to Bosch. Pass to Pop to the right side. Lowry for 3, and again, no good by Toronto.
Coming out of halftime, he wanted to start strong, yet the opposite happened.
Now the pass to Monk. Lamb dishes to Kaminsky. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Walker in the post. Now recovering in a wide open look for Lamb. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now it's a 12-point Charlotte lead. For Toronto, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Toronto calls timeout.
And as of late, they have not looked good at all. Actually, they've been dominating.
And the worst part, they're starting to get down on themselves. Really need that one big play to spark some light back into them.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Ibaka. C.J. Miles comes in for Pascal Siakam. And DeMar DeRozan subbed in for Norman Powell. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Dwight Howard's checked in for Zeller. Williams comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Monk. And it's Batum in for Lamb. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Now Lowry, following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep. Bosch, that's for 2, and that one comes up a bit short.
And the defense daring him to shoot that. Good plan right there.
Batum against DeRozan. Batum passes to Howard. In the corner, it's Kidd-Gilchrist. Walker against Lowry. It's deflected. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
He kicks to Bosch. Walker against Lowry. The dish to Miles. Looking to end the run. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Howard's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And Walker kicks to Howard. Passes it to Williams. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Assertive in the painted area. This is what every coach preaches.
Raptors trail by 14. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. Screen by Valanciunas. Lowry against Walker. Valanciunas with a screen on Walker. Yep, that one goes in there. 20 points for Kyle Lowry.
Beautiful screen right there from Valanciunas. He is not an easy guy to get around.
Lowry against Walker. Back to Kidd-Gilchrist. The kick out to Walker. Outside Howard. Bosch with some nice D.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Pass to Lowry. Great D that time from Batum.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Walker kicks to Williams. Feeds to Batum. Back to Williams. Walker against Lowry. Shot's good by Walker.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Raptors trail by 14. Here's Lowry. Bosch sets the pick for Lowry. And it's Bosch at the elbow. Lets it fly from 18. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Screen by Howard. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Batum with the three. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. Toronto's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. To the middle, and finished off by DeRozan.
Nice work on the offensive end by DeMar DeRozan. Nobody can slow him down.
Charlotte leading by 10. And here's Walker. Now Howard. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Walker. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. No good from Howard.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Now here's DeRozan. Here's Bosch. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Bosch has got 6 in the quarter.
Soft interior defense. You know he's going to be aggressive.
And Batum kicks to Howard. Back to Batum. It's stolen by DeRozan. Puts one up from 19. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Howard's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Williams. The kick out to Walker. Drops in the tray. Walker's got 12 points here in the second half.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. Lowry against Walker. Lowry can't get it to go.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Williams a screen. Right side, Batum. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle.
Veteran move by DeRozan. Anticipates, causes the turnover, then sends him off to the races.
Lowry against Walker. Screen by Howard. And Walker kicks to Batum. Back to Walker. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Walker's got 21 in the game.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
And the Raptors call time here. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kemba Walker.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
Their previous 2 games have been losses, so something had to change to get them going again. He provided that spark, giving them a huge jolt of energy. Raptors trail by 11. Outside Lowry. Kicks it to Miles. Valanciunas sets a screen for Miles. Now the feed to DeRozan. Shoots over Batum. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Charlotte leading by 11. Williams kicks to Walker. On the wing, Batum. It's stolen by DeRozan. He dishes it to Valanciunas. Outside for Miles. 14 feet away. And no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 14 points. Howard with a screen on DeRozan. Stolen by Miles. On the wing, DeRozan. Defended by Batum. No good from Valanciunas.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Now, here's Batum. 6 to shoot. Back to Walker. It's hauled in by the Raptors. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Rosen dishes to Bosch. Off on the layup. Hornets leading by 11. Outside, Walker. Williams a screen. Walker against Lowry. Shot from the wing. And it's Walker again missing.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
They get it back. Valanciunas, and the lead is down inside single digits.
He usually shoots a high percentage in the paint, and on that play, Valanciunas got it done.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. DeRozan against Batum. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Bosch hits the pick for Lowry. Rebounded by Howard. So it's the Hornets now. They have a 9-point lead. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Williams sets a screen for Kid Gilchrist. On the wing, Williams. He feeds it to Howard. Just 5 to shoot. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Hornets lead by 11.
And in as hostile an environment as you're going to see, they found ways to step up time and time again.
You know, playing away from home, it's easy to get out of sync. Instead, they focused and dominated.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. You guys had to come back from behind tonight, Dwight. How were you able to do that?
Oh, well, you know, the thing I told the guys in the locker room before we came out was that we're going to have a great second half. Forget whatever happened in the first half, missed shots, turnovers, whatever. Just keep playing. Let's have fun. Get back in the game. You know, we came out, we stuck together. Everybody talked, and we had a great second half.
Amnesia, a great quality for an NBA player to have. Thanks very much, Dwight. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.